It's the age-old Florida real estate dilemma. Do you go for the serenely private streets of Mandarin with moss-hung oaks, or do you dive into Nocatee's vibrant communal energy full of splash pads and food trucks? Today, I'm breaking down the real yin and yang of those two lifestyles, so if you're torn, this is the video that'll help you decide with clarity. If you're new to my channel, I'm Josh Rogers. I've been helping families buy, sell, and relocate in Jacksonville for the past 15 years, leading the F3 Home Team. We're about helping people find homes that match their lifestyle, and often it all starts with a simple text. So if you're thinking about moving to Jacksonville, whether that's building family roots, downsizing, or just looking for that spot where you'll truly belong, shoot me a text. We'll take a few lifestyle preferences and find you a neighborhood that feels like home. Now let's talk about Mandarin. This is one of Jacksonville's most established areas, sitting on the south side of the city along the St. Johns River. What makes Mandarin so attractive for privacy lovers is that you're not dealing with a lot of cookie-cutter development. Instead, you have mature trees, winding streets, and neighborhoods where every home looks a little different from the next. Lot sizes here tend to be larger, half an acre or more in many cases. And there's a good mix of older homes with character and newer builds tucked into smaller infill communities. You also get fewer HOA restrictions in many pockets of Mandarin, which means you can have a boat parked in your driveway, a backyard garden, or even a small workshop without a problem. The flip side is you're not going to find a resort-style amenity center down the street like you would in Nocatee. There might be a community pool or a small park nearby, but it's not the kind of place where the neighborhood organizes food truck nights or kids' bike parades. And because lots are spread out and many areas are ungated, you might go weeks without seeing your neighbors. Some people love that, but for others it can feel isolating. Home prices here can range anywhere from the low 400,000s for smaller, older properties to well over $1 million for large riverfront estates. And because inventory is lower in these established neighborhoods, it's not uncommon for well-priced homes to move quickly. You're also looking at older infrastructure in some areas, things like septic systems, older roofs, or driveways that need work, which can mean a little more upkeep than in a brand new master-planned community. On the other side of the spectrum is Nocatee, located just south of Jacksonville in St. Johns County. This is one of the fastest-growing master-planned communities in the entire country, and the difference in atmosphere compared to Mandarin is huge. Here you've got golf carts buzzing along dedicated paths, neighbors gathering for concerts on the lawn, and kids walking or biking to one of the top-rated schools right inside the community. Nocatee was built with social connection in mind. You've got water parks with slides, multiple pools, splash pads, fitness centers, dog parks, hiking trails, and regular events like farmers markets and food truck nights. Most neighborhoods are gated or have a strong HOA presence, so the look and feel of the community stays polished. Homes range from the high 400s for smaller villas to $2 million plus for luxury estates in areas like the Plantation or Coastal Oaks. The trade-off? Privacy is limited. Lot sizes are smaller. Most are a quarter acre or less, and your back porch is often just a fence away from your neighbors. HOA rules are strict, so if you're the type who likes to make changes without permission, it might feel restrictive. And because Nocatee is growing so fast, traffic inside the community can get congested during peak school drop-off and event times. But if you thrive on activity and like having built-in opportunities to meet people, this lifestyle is hard to beat. So when you compare location, Mandarin has the upper hand for certain commutes, especially if you need to be in downtown Jacksonville at NAS Jax or anywhere on the west side of town. You're looking at 15 to 25 minutes to downtown without heavy traffic, and there's easy access to Interstate 295. Nocatee, being farther south, is ideal if your job is in St. Johns County, Ponte Vedra, or the beaches, but commuting to downtown can be 35 to 45 minutes depending on traffic. Both areas have great access to shopping, but in different ways. Mandarin has a lot of established shopping centers, grocery stores, and local restaurants that have been there for decades, and you don't need to leave your neighborhood bubble for most daily needs. Nocatee has its own town center with restaurants, shops, and even the largest Publix in Northeast Florida, but many residents still head to nearby Ponte Vedra or Jacksonville for specialty stores or bigger shopping trips. The feel of each area's convenience is different. Mandarin is more spread out and blends into the city, while Nocatee is more self-contained. And if beaches are important to you, Nocatee has a clear advantage at just a 15-minute drive to Ponte Vedra Beach, while Mandarin is closer to 35 to 40 minutes. And if all this has you thinking about which lifestyle might be the right fit for you, shoot me a text. I can help you figure out exactly what you're looking for and send you some options that match your needs and your lifestyle here in the Jacksonville area. Now, for families with school-age kids, schools are often the deciding factor. Mandarin falls within Duval County Public Schools, and while there are some strong performing elementary and middle schools here, the ratings can vary from one zone to another, so it's important to dig into the details. You also have a number of private school options nearby, including Bowles and Episcopal, which are among the most prestigious in the city. Nocatee, on the other hand, is entirely in St. Johns County School District, which is consistently ranked as one of the top districts in Florida. Almost every school in Nocatee has an A rating, and many are located right inside the community. That means kids can walk or bike to school, which is a huge plus for busy parents. But here's the thing, school zoning can change in fast-growing areas like Nocatee, so the school you think you're zoned for today might not be the same in a few years. In Mandarin, zoning changes are less frequent, but you may need to be more selective about exactly which neighborhood you choose to make sure it lines up with your school goals. Both areas have strong family-friendly appeal, but the type of day-to-day life your kids will experience will look very different. A backyard with space to run in Mandarin versus community playgrounds and sports leagues in Nocatee. So at the end of the day, this decision really comes down to how you want to live. If you value space, quiet, and the ability to customize your property without a lot of oversight, Mandarin is going to check a lot of boxes. You'll have that big shaded backyard, maybe even some water access, and a slower pace of life. But you'll need to be okay with driving a bit farther for big amenities and with having less built-in social interaction unless you create it yourself. If you're more energized by being around people, having events and activities within walking or golf cart distance, and living in a community where you instantly know your neighbors, Nocatee is going to feel like home from day one. But you'll trade off some privacy and freedom for that sense of connection. Now, in terms of investment, both areas have held their value extremely well, with Nocatee seeing some of the fastest appreciation in Northeast Florida thanks to continued demand, and Mandarin remaining a stable, sought-after location because of its established charm and central positioning. This is why it's so important to match your personality and lifestyle goals to the area, because while either choice can be a win, the right choice will make every day feel like it fits you. And if you're seriously considering making the move to the Jacksonville area and you need a team of local experts to help you find the right home and neighborhood that's the perfect fit for your lifestyle, shoot me a text. My team and I will help you narrow it down, send you some options, and make the whole process smooth from start to finish. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.